Hey everybody, this is Frill. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 in our playthrough of the German Reich. So we finished justifying wars against France and Belgium at the end of the last episode. So we're ready to go ahead and declare war on both. And we're going to be taking them out early, taking all of their factories and their much valued resources. We also have some technology that just finished, so I think I'm going to go into, we're almost up to 37, so I think I can go ahead and do this production efficiency stuff. I was also thinking, we're really close on infantry equipment. Let me just get through this war, and I might be adjusting this to pump out more fighters. So I'm going to need those when we do the Operation Sea Lion or our form of it at some point. For this war, we're not... we're trying to do this whole Belgium-France thing so that we can avoid going to war with the British, at least for the moment. So let's go ahead, declare these wars against both Belgium and France. And I'm going to reassign my offensive lines here. Let's do... Whoa, that's not what I want. So we want everybody selected. New offensive line. Okay, 28. All right. And then this Panzer SS divisions will want kind of doing the wraparound here is what the plan is for them. Rushing towards, I guess, the Swiss border of all places. Kind of a weird line. We'll tell them to do, yeah, like this. Okay, so we are declaring war. We are going to do this aggressively. So we'll probably be taking some more casualties than we should. So they're both aggressive, they're both activated, and we'll go ahead and get things going. I'm going to keep my navy in port. I will have some aircraft in the Benelux region, and then we'll be moving that to northern France once we get about to that border there. So let's get this thing going. We'll have like total air superiority, 475 support planes in the sky. We're not going to accept this volunteers from Italy because that will actually increase the world tension, and I want to keep that under 50% because I think as soon as it gets to 50%, then the British have a chance of joining the war. Now we don't want that to happen, so let's keep that out. Otherwise this battle should be pretty easy. Once we take this stack out, they're just going to be retreating, and we'll immediately re-encounter them and be able to slice through them. Our units are most likely, yeah, I mean, these guys are just colony type divisions there, so not much to worry about. Okay, we got somebody else in there, some cavalry division, looks like. So moving on, we're about to cap, there we go. And we also finished the delay doctrine. So let's go ahead into... Actually, since we have the 50% bonus on this, let's immediately go into that. I was also looking... We want to do a sea lion here. We currently have transport ships. That will mean our naval invasion capacity will only be plus 10 until 1940 when we're able to research it. The landing craft, and that's quite a distance away, so naval invasion capacity plus 40. So that's far off. We might want to see if we can get some transport planes and some paratroopers, some Fallschirmjägers. Yeah, we might do that. But our main focus is going to be concentrated industry, I think, for the moment. Cancel this. And get back to our war effort here. Good stuff. We're to the French border just about. And we've wrapped around. So let me go ahead move my air cover. Let's actually not move everybody. Let's move most of our fighters. Let's move our 109s. One stack of HE-51s. Some close air support. We'll keep some of fighters and some close air support back in Belgium for the moment before we move everything on over. I'm going to keep an eye on this offensive line for our mechanized guys here too, because I think this is going to spread them out and we don't exactly want that. So let's delete that, give them only... Yeah, that should work. We'll have to redraw this offensive line as well. Okay, that's pretty funky. Alright, continuing on. So we want everybody, centralized in a single province there for these attacks to head towards the Swiss border and cut them off if we can. Looks like these guys are about to capture both Brussels and Antwerp up here. Yeah, Belgium will capitulate after that. I'd rather not have them spread out as much as they are, though. But they're winning everything. Yeah, one more defense of Brussels there. Total air superiority. I was going to say, we kind of want these guys. Okay, this is Belgium. We'll be taking all states. And hopefully this... Okay, this will increase our world tension by 8.5%. So that should keep it under... 10,000 equipment was seized, so that will keep it under 41%, keep it under that 50% that was needed. So we're gonna do... We didn't have somebody encircled over here, did we? We still have 28 divisions, that's what we started with, I think. Alright, so continuing on, we took Belgium. We've got some more military factories coming online. So as I was saying earlier, I actually want to probably work on fighter planes. And let's actually take this down the unlimited path. Do like this. What do we actually need? Oil. Let's tick this forward a day and then see where it lands. Yeah, I think we still need oil, yeah. So we'll continue with our valued trading partner. We do have 8 surplus of tungsten, so maybe we don't need to be doing that anymore. We're going to be able to cut off the rubber supplies here shortly too, because we'll be, once we take over France, we'll get their territory in French Indochina. Basically, they'll become German Indochina, and there's some very valuable rubber resources there. So what are we doing here? Let's continue on. Moving rapidly. These guys are actually... attacking? Let's not be attacking that. If we don't have to, anyway. Encircled some more French forces. And that offensive, or front line, is not ideal. Make sure that heads all the way to the coastline. Okay, port strike. That's not good. So they probably have their Air Force out there somewhere. Let me go ahead. What do I actually have back here? Okay, so they'll do some air cover here in the northwest German area. Actually, that's interesting. That does include Denmark. Hadn't really looked at... I mean, we haven't played a game over here that much yet, so... Mechanical computing was also done. So that's that same port strike. So hopefully that'll be the last one of those. Don't want to risk losing any ships just hanging out in port over there. So next... Not going to worry too much about radars. Not going to worry about construction either. Let's actually work on those paratroopers. That will unlock the Fallschirmjäger division template, most likely anyway. I'm guessing that's what it'll do. What focus were we working on? Okay, industrial efforts, so we'll continue on with industrial effort when we get done with that as well. We're about to cut them off here. That would be pretty awesome if we can do that. It will save some troops here too. Only lost 6k. Alright, we've encircled them. Great. So... I wonder... I'm just thinking, we really don't need to attack these guys on the Maginot Line here, and this front line does not need to be that big, so we'll redraw that one, re-offensive line it, keep them going. We'll just... What should we do here? Just put these guys on the line. We'll give them an offensive line, but we won't do anything with it. Because we should be about to capitulate them. As soon as we capture Paris, I wouldn't be surprised if that's really all we need to do. It will just be with our infantry. Make sure these guys are going rapid speed. Industrial effort was done, so I think we probably want to go into the next level of industrial effort. Yeah, more civilian factories. We want to get to this extra research slot at some point in time too. The Anschluss we can't do till we have 550k. Do we actually want to... That would give us the Panzer III... time reduces the time penalty and also gives us some bonus research in armor tech. Let's think about this for a moment. So, requires one of the following: tactical air effort. So this one too. So treaty with USSR. Then air innovations. Then industrial effort. Yeah, I think I kind of want to get that going early. I mean, we are only in 1936, it seems a little odd, but there we had the fall of Paris, so while fighting still rages elsewhere in France, reports have come in of German troops entering Paris. The capital was declared an open city by French forces moments before their last units retreated. Several columns of German troops recreated the Prussian victory parade of 1871 by marching down the Champs-Élysées, while Parisians looked on in stunned silence. Military experts predict the collapse of France is imminent, so another victory for the Vaterland. Okay, good stuff. So how close are they? Very close to capitulating momentarily. Just need to get a little bit more... What's the easiest victory points we can even grab here? Probably these up here. Needs some more rubber, apparently. Well, we're gonna capture this rubber, so I think we'll be okay. Let's not even waste anything. Okay, we'll cap these. And we won't even have to deal with these guys. I wanted to check. I'd have to pause. I couldn't see it, but maybe you guys could have seen how many casualties there were in that war. I did not catch it, but there was very few. That's what I suspect it to be. So going to take all states. Is going to make the world tension go up massively, but that's going to be good. We're going to get a ton of territory. 38,000 equipment seized. That's because we had like no casualties in this war. That actually reminds me, I'm not sure. We mentioned this last episode. I don't think I capture any naval fleets or anything like that. So we've got some more dockyards coming online. Heavy cruisers. Maybe we should work on a battleship. Build 2 a year. Two Deutschland class heavy cruisers as well, and a bunch of these destroyers. We'll be pumping them out. So we've got a ton of oil, or not oil, rubber over here. If I can look at the correct... Yeah, so look at that. 94 rubber, plus we've got some tungsten and chromium, it looks like. And that's not even including whatever else we had over here, so we could like go into Siam here and do that. Actually, let me think about this a little bit. So, well, let's wait till we're done with our next level of political power, but I'm thinking about justifying war against, say, Iraq. Somebody has a bunch of oil that would be easy to take, because we have the Assyrian region now. So they have 22 oil, 32 oil. I'm not sure if the British would come to help them, so we'll have to... They might go on a crazy guaranteeing independence on whoever we try to justify with, so we might not be declaring war on anybody, but we'll see. We'll start that in a moment after I get my... So let's continue taking time for it, but I'm going to go ahead and probably set up our army. Let's just set it up on the Czech border. Set up this one on the Dutch border. Let's do that. So we didn't take Luxembourg or anything. We'll capture that later. Got a bunch of army experience. So yeah, I don't think we took any casualties at all for the most part. So let me go ahead and keep having these guys assigned to the appropriate army here. So we will have these guys assigned to the Czech border. We'll have these guys on the Swiss border, or not Swiss border, the Dutch border. I guess we could have put them on the Swiss border as well. Alright, so they're ready to go. Building unlimited of these infantry and armor and all that. So you don't have anybody else, just infantry in here, and all of these Panzer and SS divisions. So we'll keep those organized together. We've got a ton of infantry equipment. I don't think we need to be producing as much of it anymore. So we're going to need even more oil. The more of that kind of stuff we produce, the more oil we're going to need. Let's have a look here. So, oh wow, we've got a ton of civilian factories. So let's look at our constructions here. These civilian factories are already being worked on. Let's go ahead, start building some military factories, and probably a ton of them. And because we completely pieced out with the French here, we don't have to worry about any sort of insurgents or anything like that. At least at this point in the game, there isn't really much of that system. Once you peace conference with these guys. If the war was continuing and France had only capitulated, then you'd have some. I'm not even sure where it would be, but here we go. Here, resistance. We don't even have, like, in Paris, we don't even have any resistance. So this is very good for us. At some point, I'm sure they'll be adding a little bit more resistance. So, what do we want here? We have this industrial guys. Maybe tank designer. Just thinking, so... all-weather ground support. Decisive battle. Yeah, I think we'll probably... I don't think anybody of these... Actually, wait, we could... Maybe we should change a law here. Let's see, can we... We can change to war economy. That seems like a pretty good idea to me. I'm not going to do total mobilization because that changes the recruitable population, but war economy seems pretty good. So... Alright, so let me just get this thing going a little bit here. We're just going to be building to war here, and probably... We've got this treaty with USSR coming. They actually have to accept that for it to work. We can do the Anschluss momentarily. So we'll get all that going. We're probably going to spend maybe the next year and a half or so just building up our army so that we can wage a long war. This was just, you know, an effort to get as much as we could in a short period of time, knowing that nobody was going to mess with us after that. So we've got these. It'd be nice if we had some more naval dockyards. We might focus on that at some point. What I was thinking in the back of my mind here, we've got transport planes. We could use them. Because we're probably going to use some paratroopers here if we're going into the UK early, because we're only going to be able to invade with 10 guys, or 10 divisions over the ocean, over the English Channel. Okay, we are producing some destroyers here, apparently. So we'll just keep this thing going, like I said. So many guys do we have in the field here? We are over 550k now. We probably want to get towards 1 million, and then we can probably be a little bit more aggressive. What I'm probably going to do is not go into Poland and let the Soviets do whatever they're going to do over there. Not be aggressive with Poland. And, you know, at least then we're not bordering with the Soviets, so we don't have to worry about them as much. At least that's my thought, anyway. Let's do the Anschluss, I think, next. So, yeah, we'll get that going, and that will probably be done 2 months. So it'll be about a year early from the real-world events. Gonna need to change our manpower doctrines here soon, too. We might as well exercise these guys, because we've got a ton of equipment. Let's split these guys that don't need it off into their own armies, though. Almost everybody here is pretty good. We'll split them off in their own army as well, though, for the training. Okay, so the Soviets accepted the German-Soviet Treaty. Our negotiations with the Soviet Union have been successful. An agreement has been reached where our nations will aid each other in the development of new armored units, with the possible extension to other research areas in the future. This treaty will be a stepping stone to the future. So, like I said already, that's some pretty good Panzer IIIs. If we can get those early, that would be awesome. So we do need, I think... Yeah, okay, that was because we already did. Because the treaty with the USSR. Okay, so continuing on. Let's go ahead move these guys that are training to a new theater. And as soon as we get these guys that are done with training, we can move them up to their main stack. And anybody that gets built will have to double check anything. We have a bunch of captured French planes in here, so we do have 4 transports already. So we'll probably need about 10 of those. And we're going to need a bunch of fighters to gain air superiority over southern England so that we can do anything like that. We'll probably need a pretty good sized navy, so that's what we're basically going to be building up towards that. We finished the radio here. Actually, with that said, it does look like we're out of time for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We invaded France and Belgium. We've set ourselves up for pretty good industry and resources, and we'll be probably just building towards an eventual war with England coming up maybe in a couple more episodes. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the episode. It really helps out the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.